Good evening, everybody. I am here today to tell you a story about the goodness of God. But before I begin, I want to introduce myself because a lot of you don't know who I am. My name is Wendy. I am 44 years old. In exactly 1 month, I will be turning 45. 3 weeks ago, my husband and I received the sacrament of marriage in the Catholic Church, even though we have been married for almost 10 years. It was supposed to be just a small ceremony, including a few of our family members. And the more we discussed it, the more we realized that there were so many people that we wanted to participate in the blessing of our marriage. And so, last year in September, I called a lady named Sylvia who helped us 10 years prior to make our wedding a reality. She offered me a price for an all-inclusive package that I could not believe, because it was basically the same price as she offered us 10 years earlier at a different location and with very different decor, but it was still pretty much the same price. I couldn't believe it because you can't plan a wedding for the amount of money that she offered to do it for us. And so I talked to my husband and I very calmly said, we can do this. I wasn't working at the time, and my husband is a very humble man, and he does a job that helps us keep food on the table every day. I guess I forgot to tell you guys that I'm visually impaired, and I have not been working since October of 2019. It's going on 4 years that I have been on disability. And so we went to go talk to her, and we signed a contract for a wedding that included service, dinner, venue, all the decor, security. We had to provide everything else. 2 weeks later, I went back to work for a total of 3.5 weeks. However, when this happened, I received a substantial increase in my salary. So I was like, wow, this is great. We'll be able to afford everything, get caught up with our bills, and everything's gonna be okay. However, because life is the way that it is, it didn't exactly happen that way. I found out while being at work that the technology was not up to date as far as accessibility. And so I was placed back on disability and told that they were going to upgrade the systems to make them more accessible for people like me. I went home and I just trusted in God. And I said, God, you're going to guide me. I'm not going to freak out. Everything is going to be exactly the way it was before. So I went back to being on disability, and every other week I called and I emailed asking to see if there was an update, and there was not. By the time February came around, I came to the realization that they weren't making an effort to upgrade the systems, and I was going to cancel everything. We had already put down a lot of deposits, but we figured it's just money lost, and we're gonna have to cancel because we can't pay for this event. It's not gonna happen. And so one day I went to adoration, and I got down on my knees and I said, God, tell me what to do. Do I need to cancel this, or should we move forward? I already had a dress, but again, I was willing to sell. I was willing to do what I had to do because I accepted that I had made a mistake. And so I went home planning on canceling everything. When I got home, I noticed on social media that all my friends from work were posting that our entire department had been laid off and that they were all going to be paid through May, but our department had been moved to Virginia, so everybody here in San Diego had no job. So I was like, great. I'm really not going back to work, so I have to cancel this. And then I got a phone call. This phone call was from one of the vice presidents of the company, the head of research. She let me know that even though I had not physically been working since I was considered on leave of absence, I was going to receive a severance package. That package allowed us to pay for our wedding. I didn't lose any benefits aside from my health benefits. I'm still receiving my SSDI that I get every month. And on top of that, I am also still receiving the long-term disability that I received through that company because that had been awarded for 45 years. So I am going to be getting that as long as I don't go back to work until the year 2045, which is a blessing from God. Why am I sharing this story? It is not because I'm bragging at all. It is because sometimes we make mistakes and we have to accept those mistakes. We have to acknowledge them. And many times, if we trust in God, He will reward us tenfold. Like I said, I don't work. I receive Social Security disability every month. My husband cleans swimming pools for a living. But God has helped us because we've trusted in Him. And I continue to trust in Him. And I continue to do what I can to be a good person by loving everyone around me, trying to help them out whenever I can. I don't have much, but I would love to be able to help everyone in the world because God has shown me mercy. He has shown me kindness. And even though I am visually impaired and I can't do things the way that I used to, I trust in God. I listen for His voice. He is real. He is so real. And more of us need to trust in Him because He does want the best for us. No one has told me any of these things. I have opened my heart and my mind and entrusted Him with my life. I'm not saying that things won't be the same for everyone. We all have our journey to go through. We all have our own individual journey to walk with the Lord. But we have to trust in Him. Always have faith. Real faith. Faith from our heart. Have a good night and God bless you.